Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today we're going to be continuing our story, Stanley's Release, which is an excerpt from Holes by Louis Sachar, and it is realistic fiction. So it didn't really happen, it's made up, but it could have. It's realistic. So yesterday we went through our introduction. Today we're going to start reading a few pages of our story. As we go through, you're going to see our vocabulary words circled in green. Pay attention to those, and we will go over them together. All right. They slowly walked back to camp. The tall man was the Texas Attorney General, the chief law enforcement officer for the state. Stanley's lawyer was named Ms. Marengo. Stanley held the suitcase. He was so tired he couldn't think straight. He felt as if he was walking in a dream, not quite able to comprehend what was going on around him. They stopped in front of the camp office. Mr. Sir went inside to get Stanley's belongings. The Attorney General told Mr. Pendanski to get the boys something to drink and eat. The warden seemed as dazed as Stanley. "You can't even read," she said to Zero. Zero said nothing. Miss Marengo put a hand on Stanley's shoulder and told him to hang in there. He would be seeing his parents soon. She was shorter than Stanley, but somehow gave the appearance of being tall. Mr. Pendanski returned with 2 cartons of orange juice and 2 bagels. Stanley drank the juice, but didn't feel like eating anything. "Wait," the warden exclaimed. "I didn't say they stole the suitcase. It's his suitcase, obviously. But he put my things from my cabin inside it." "That isn't what you said earlier," said Miss Marengo. "What's in the suitcase?" the warden asked Stanley. "Tell us what's in it, and then we'll open it and see." Stanley didn't know what to do. "Stanley, as your lawyer, I advise you not to open the suitcase," said Ms. Marengo. "He has to open it," said the warden. "I have the right to check the personal property of any of the detainees. How do I know there aren't drugs or weapons in there? He stole a car, too. I've got witnesses." She was nearly hysterical. "He is no longer under your jurisdiction," said Stanley's lawyer. "He has not been officially released," said the warden. "Open the suitcase, Stanley." "Do not open it," said Stanley's lawyer. Stanley did nothing. Mr. Sir returned from the office with Stanley's backpack and clothes. The Attorney General handed Ms. Marengo a sheet of paper. "You're free to go," he said to Stanley. "I know you're anxious to get out of here, so you can just keep the orange juice as a souvenir, or burn it, whatever you want. Good luck, Stanley." He reached out his hand to shake, but Mrs. Marengo hurried Stanley away. "Come on, Stanley," she said. "We have a lot to talk about." Stanley stopped and looked at Zero. He couldn't just leave him here. Zero gave him a thumbs up. "I can't leave Hector," Stanley said. "I suggest we go," said his lawyer with a sense of urgency in her voice. "I'll be okay," said Zero. His eyes shifted toward Mr. Pendanski on one side of him, then to the warden and Mr. Sir on the other. "There's nothing I can do for your friend," said Ms. Marengo. "You are released pursuant to an order from the judge." "They'll kill him," said Stanley. "Your friend is not in danger," said the Attorney General. "There's going to be an investigation into everything that's happened here. For the present, I'm taking charge of the camp." "Come on, Stanley," said his lawyer. "Your parents are waiting." Stanley stayed where he was. His lawyer sighed. "May I have a look at Hector's file?" she asked. "Certainly," said the Attorney General. "Ms. Walker, go get Hector's file." That is where we are stopping for today, page 25. Okay, so we will have to find out what happens with Hector and Stanley tomorrow. But until then, reread this story on your own and look for the key details, the most important things that happen. There's a lot of conversations that happen and a lot of different things like finding the suitcase, wanting to open the suitcase. Put stars or underlines next to those things to remind yourself that those are key details. We also saw some vocabulary words. We saw enforcement, we saw jurisdiction, and we saw pursuant. These are some of the words we went over on Monday. Today we're going to be focusing on jurisdiction. Before coming to class, read the sentences around that word. Try to think of what it means, and we'll talk about it in class. Okay, everybody. So pages 22, you can review that page, and then read 23 through 25 and find those key details. See you soon.